thank you everyone for being here, being very respectful. I appreciate you all, and I guess without further ado, let's begin. And I have written, not written, I have written a little book here to sort of uh, help guide me through as this whole leadership thing is still pretty new to me. I've just sort of been thrust into this by myself, so yeah. Especially since Carl's disappearance, and then I've just sort of had to take over everything for right now, which is why I appreciate all of you helping out and whatnot. Now, I gather you all here today to discuss a menagerie of topics. Now, the first being my appearance. I'm sure some of you have already kind of noticed, although maybe those sitting in the back there maybe still haven't, but I sort of gone I've undergone an appearance change, so to speak. I've gotten some new powers. I've sort of become more godlike, which is why I ask all of you to still sort of, still trust in me despite all that. And I mean, you're all here today, so that certainly means something. But let me explain exactly what happened, as it does involve, of course, Wolf Queen. This didn't happen just by itself. So, let me look here. Right. So, about a couple weeks ago, I was approached by Wolf Queen. I know. That's pretty much a swear word here in these halls, but I was approached by her, and apparently she came to talk with me about getting my powers in place and talking about what domain that I would be taking over and all of that stuff. Uh, as I had spoke with her, I decided that it was best to take both flame and redemption as my domains, and my powers reflect as such, as well as you may see, my appearance. And in order to be granted such strength, I had to yet again be slain to be reborn. It's happened twice now. Fun stuff, honestly. Would not recommend, to be honest, and I'm sure Carl went through a very similar thing. That's what I'm about to describe to you. And as I spoke with Wolf Queen, we decided the best way, both symbolically and also that it would just make the most sense, would be to thrust myself into the pit of rebirth, which I did of my own volition. I was not forced. And as I did so, I felt the searing lava, and I felt the agony of feeling my flesh ripped from bone and completely being reworked into something completely new. Right now, there is not. It feels as if there is not a shard of my original being left in my body. Of course, my mind is still the same, and my faith has not changed, whatnot, but physically, I am very different. Um, and like I said, my mind remains the same. I stand resolute before you all as something completely new. This power, however, is not mine alone, and it was entrusted to me by all of you, and belongs to you all as such. Right. Uh, Continuing on to a bit of a different topic, other than my powers and my new looks, then let's talk about sort of. Let's focus more on you guys right now, because it's been a lot of changes. I hope each one of you is still confident placing your faith in me. Now, I know I am not Carl, nor will I ever be, but I need you guys' help to keep this place safe and sound. I see our numbers dwindling. Today had quite the turnout, and I appreciate that dearly. But I know that I alone cannot stand up against the tyrannical might that we are fighting against. We are strongest together. All right. And like I said, thank each and every one of you for attending today, and I hope that we kind of naturally get more people. However, I do reach out to you all to ask you to spread the word. And as controversial as our cause may be, the people of this world must know they have an option to turn to us for help. We're a community. Come on. I mean, everyone here, I know it's just sort of a little bit melancholy right now, but nonetheless, there's still people here, still people listening, and like I said, there's still people willing to defend this cause. And I definitely appreciate that. But I do feel that perhaps these halls could be a little more filled. And I hope to reach more people, like I said. And I'm sure Jingles here can help me hand out some pamphlets so that you all can sort of advertise yourself. And I would like to reiterate that not to push this on anybody, just to uh, have the option that they can always come to us. And now for my last topic, sort of relating to Carl, as I know that I'm sure it's been a while since we've all met. We've all met here, but there has indeed been some news, kind of good, kind of bad, and I'm sure at least a few of you have seen, because the hub, Spawn, is a very popular place, so probably a few of you have seen Carl's pedestal there, as well as mine. But Carl's, under it, we have found a book. And I don't have this book here with me now, but I have made copies, just so that we don't lose the information. And this book, I've read it over many times, as well as my associate here, Mr. Jingles, has also helped me sort of record it and decipher. But it is still very confusing. The first one, we found two. But the first, like I said, was found under the pedestal, just a Spawn. It read like an excerpt from a diary, only the words conveyed confusion and turmoil. And even some of the words seemed to distort and move on the page as we were reading them. And everyone sort of saw different things as they looked at the words. There's not a concrete answer on what all of it means, but we certainly think it's related to Carl. I mean, who else is going placing books under random gods' pedestals, right? Like, it feels sort of related. And speaking of the second book that was found in the pagoda right near Spawn, it spoke. I'm not sure if it was the first or second. My mind is a bit jumbled right now. But one of them spoke of the pain that whoever the writer was feeling. And like I said, the turmoil they were in, which, as I've all just told you, kind of relates to my transformation. And likely, Carl went through a very similar thing. Though we don't know if they've gotten their powers yet, or if there was a second transformation in that process. But I think we can all agree that there's definitely a lead here. It's more than anything else we have so far, and I think that it's a very good start. These books will likely continue to appear, but I doubt that we will be able to find where Carl is hiding or situated, anything of the sort. Found one of the books, Senmek? Yeah, they're, like I said, they're right near Spawn, and of course I would not take them. But if you would all like to read, they will be there at the pagoda, and right near Jesse's pedestal. Now, to my last topic. Yes. So everything I've covered today has mostly been sort of reviewing what happened and all of that. I know that we do have some newer members here, or perhaps those that weren't present uh, in some of our past sermons. So I wanted to touch on everything just so that we're all on the same page. And Jingles, would you mind? How many of those pamphlets do you have? Or
I've got 5
invitations?
of them, but I'll make more. I'll make more copies.
Make more. Okay. Well, is there anyone who maybe knows a couple people or knows someone who might be interested in joining? Just so that, like I said, we will be making more copies, and I'll be able to get those all to you. Senmek, you want to join? All right. You've already been given a pamphlet, I believe, but welcome. You're very welcome here, and come to us anytime if you need help. Let's see. Of course.
I wouldn't
Like I
mind
said.
joining too.
Oh, all right. And then you both have already had pamphlets. Jingles, do you have any more of those invitations? Just as a courtesy.
Plenty.
Plenty, of course you do. It's fitting. All right.
Spread
Okay.
these.
True. Wolf, I do see you around quite often, so I'm sure I'll be able to reach a lot of people. And yeah, is there anyone else who would just like to maybe take a couple and be able to pass them on? Though I'm sure some of you already have quite a few. I know Danny. Danny and I think the 3 or 4 of you are also residents of a town, correct? Maybe you could perhaps pass them out. Some of the residents there, like I said, just as an invitation.
Sure.
You don't need to force anything, but go ahead, Jingles. Thank you very much. Alright. Looks good. Let's see. As I said before, all just kind of reviewing what happened, and as we wait on more news from Carl and hopefully more books, then I'm sure more things will come to light, and we can touch base, likely within the next few weeks, and I feel everything has gone pretty well so far. Hopefully we can get some more people here and grow our ranks, like I've been saying. But I thank you all for being here. It's been quite a short one today, but unless anyone has anything else they'd like to talk about or speak up, then I suppose that'll be it. Speak now, forever hold your peace. She-Wolf, yes? Something you'd like to say?
As far as I understand, you are a god now.
Yeah, in the most basic form, yes.
So, in what way are you different from those two? Or are you now the same?
From Sierra and Inari?
Yes.
Well, do you guys have your memories from before you were a god?
No.
I think,
I do.
No.
I have remembered everything.
well, Inari does, so, and both of them are, like I said, very much on our side. But, I mean, I do, remember, like, my time from before I was transformed barely just a couple weeks ago. And, I don't know, I am quite similar to Sierra and Nari in that way.
Then, are you, Inari, and Sira not able to just turn everyone else into gods as well? Because I don't think having one more god who has Wolf Queen's power in them is going to help us against Wolf Queen. Why don't the three of you just turn everyone else more powerful so that we can more outnumber Wolf Queen?
I don't know if we can grant that power, as far as I'm aware.
I have learned from personal experience that that is not possible.
But
And
why?
I doubt Wolf would let it slide. I don't know.
Those
mean,
who do
maybe it
not have the
was-
power to do so will create abominations.
Ah. Yeah. That
They do not become whole, only half of what they should be.
and I don't know
So,
if everyone can sort of handle the transformation process either. It is very painful.
And
So-
harming you is any of you is the last thing any of us want to do.
Very true.
but you're okay with harming Mocha and with Carol, assuming Carol has gone through the same? Why is it okay to harm those two but no one else?
Mocha made their decision freely. As for Carl, Mother had chosen themselves. We have no power over what they do, only power over ourselves. Just as all of you have your own choices.
And you two, you're like Wolf Queen's daughters. Like, you're with the church. Does this mean, like, are you going to help us fight and try and, I mean, we can't kill a god, we can't kill Wolf Queen, but are you two going to be on our side and somehow removing her powers?
I don't know if it's possible to remove their powers, but were you here during the last sermon?
For a bit at the end, yes.
The last sermon, I had stated to everyone that I had found a few interesting notes when I was banished. I had found out that it is possible to contain my mother, but not fully erase mother. And
That
I
is
had
true.
stated that the only way to do so would be through using the end as the catalyst.
But that's our. But didn't I remember the first church? You got sent to the end.
Indeed.
And the end is somewhere that can trap her?
Well, you see, it seems like, from my understanding, that the end itself is not something that Wolf Queen or Mother would know how to control. It seems out of their grasp, if you will.
But she could
They
control it enough to get you there. If she can get you there and take you back, then if we somehow find a way to send her there, she can just come back. Like,
not
don't-
necessarily. Say we take what's from the end and use it to our own benefit. Would it not be the same? They're stuck here.
they're
They'd be
stuck
here, and where we
But
can
ho-
actually keep an eye on them.
I don't see how bringing the end here could stop her powers, though. Like, would that be the same for all of you? Like, you all have some of her power. Does it not stop your guys' power?
Wolf Queen is, for the sake of ease, let's just say for the sake of ease, Wolf Queen is an original. We are only fractions. What might affect Wolf Queen does not affect us in the same way. For example, I have seen it with my own eyes, whether you all would like to believe me or not, that Wolf Queen has a tough time with. She has a tough time with dealing with picking up, placing, manipulating anything that is end related. Unlike us, it seems like it only will affect her in particular. Therefore, again, say we took those blocks, took those materials, and built something.
How are we supposed to take those materials if we can't get there? It's locked off.
For you all, maybe. Not for me.
You
She's
can
not
get
going
to
to
the
like
end.
that. You know that.
Well, yes, that is true. However, I did vow to help and protect these people. That's one of the reasons I became what I am. Therefore, I will hold up my promises. Regardless of what happens.
So you're willing to provide these end blocks to the church so that the church can, what, build a room around her and lock her in?
A room would probably be too nice of a way to say it. I'd say more of a prison, but whatever you'd like to believe, go ahead.
Prison is more fitting. Probably more deserved as well. to say
After
the least.
all, no one is spared from Mother's cruelty, in a way, I guess I should say.
That's
Not
true.
even us.
Hmm.
After all, I think Mocha can attest I was there when Wolf Queen changed them. I was there to basically make sure nothing else happened.
You expected something else to happen?
Wolf Queen isn't always the most trustworthy, as I've learned at least. It's not like I could do anything, but as a witness, I figured that I would be the best fit to tag along, if you will.
And thankfully you were there. Probably would have been a lot more nerve-wracking if it was just me and her. And Zero.
And
I
dare I
appreciate it.
say, of course. And dare I say, it seems like I might be the only one that Wolf Queen is even semi-afraid of. After all, I think it was the last sermon I had mentioned this. She had already tried taking over myself completely, of which did not end in their favor.
Then what would stop her from doing that to anyone else here? If like, we're not exactly going to be able to stop her in place and build a prison around her. I don't see how we can ever win something. If she can just take control of us and just make us stop, if she can just take our memories, make us forget that we're against her, what can we do against it?
Do me a favor and try to move. I hope this is a definition and a good demonstration of what I am capable of. I am not somebody who will go against the people. I hope that this was enough of a demonstration to show that I actually am capable of helping you all out. After all, I have given a small bit of power to some people, particularly the ones that were running for my champions. However, I fear the only reason that is what Mother would consider corruption. The end is not a place for those who are not of that place, if you understand what I mean.
But you're very different from how I remember you. Isn't you have been corrupted though?
In
Like
a sense, I retain my memories and I retain my emotions. I am no different than Mocha, I guess you could say, in terms of being changed. However, I was not changed due to my mother. Something else happened, and to be 100% honest, I'm not 100% certain. I'm not 100% certain. I will say, though, because of that, I have the one that you saw me throw into the fire was a part of my own self. I'm sure some of you probably remember that. Most likely Jingles and Mocha.
I believe I do.
That was a creation that I tried to have as a helper at one point. However, that was the first of multiple attempts, and many attempts were unsavory. However, all of them I had kept around because, of course, I felt like I was responsible for them. I wouldn't let Wolf Queen kill them themselves. I would learn how to fix them, and hopefully make them whole rather than half of what they were supposed to be. But unfortunately, that particular remnant, the one I would consider my son, had their magic stripped out, if you will. When Wolf Queen decided it was time to take what nature I had and give it away to another god. So in one case, she has murdered my son. However, that does not change the fact that I believe that I should be helping you all, if you will. After all, I am probably the only one that can go into the end and come out unscathed.
you tried making your son by yourself. Why didn't you ask why not ask Sarah or any of the other gods? If just one of you only makes something that's half or not whole, if all of you get together, would you not be able to make something that way?
At the time, there were no other gods. It was I only. Afterwards, there was order and chaos. However, they do not show their faces. And although order and chaos and I haven't always had the most talkative relationships, so by that time, things kind of became astray. And we kind of separated ourselves, if you will. I went off on my own way, and eventually I did gain a sister. And I'm very happy for that. I probably would still be alone now, had it not been for that. On the other hand, in terms of the end, I heard somebody ask something about the dragon.
Yeah, I was wondering if the dragon could be like a guardian of herself if we ever figure out how to trap the Wolf Queen.
No, good idea.
Sadly, that dragon itself was slayed long ago by Wolf Queen themselves.
No, Wolf Queen gave me that dragon as a egg.
Say that again?
You must be thinking of an offspring then.
Yeah, it started as an egg.
You have a
You were there
dragon?
too, Sura. You and Wolf Queen came to me. They gave me the egg, told me to hatch it.
I don't remember that. I remember the egg, but I don't. I don't remember seeing you.
I was
The
right
face was
there.
blurred.
About the egg.
Don't understand. Why would the face be blurred?
Why would Wolf Queen be removing her own daughter's memories?
That's what I want to know.
How does she even get the power to do? We can't even do anything about it. I could bring my dragon over, but she can just one-shot all of us. Like, she can just send us into permadeath. She can. Yeah, we might
That
have end blocks. She might be able to freeze her in place, whatever that thing it is you did.
I can stop time for mere moments, and as I stated, those who wished to come with me, or should I say, come find me, no matter how foolish they are, also had a part of the void, if you will, put into them, for as long as they had been there. With that, I was able to tamper with their abilities, and they also have the ability to stop time for much less than I can, but I'm sure that they would be of some use, as I had already offered them up for a fight against Wolf Queen themselves. Granted, that is their choice in the end whether or not they want to, though judging by two of them, they seem to be more than willing to actually help out with that. As for the end blocks, I understand your concerns. However, encasing them, I assure you, would be the best option. However, I do not know the extent of how weakened they will be, or if the end items would even take their powers. They could. It'd be a possibility.
And
I,
if they don't? I
and they
mean,
would be
if
stuck there forever until one of us chose to release them. And I highly doubt anybody here would. Correct me if I'm wrong.
anybody here, but there's a lot of other gods who are not here who haven't been seen around the church. What about, I mean, you said it yourself, chaos and order. You don't have any relationship with them. What if they're on Wolf Queen's side and they just free Wolf Queen and all this is for nothing?
If they tried to free Wolf Queen, they would be up for a fight, not only against I myself, but both Mocha and maybe Sirwin. I am not 100% sure exactly how they would fight back, but I'm sure we would all be able to hold our own.
Be 3 against 1, or hopefully 3 against 2, actually. Chaos
And after
order.
all, a lot of the other ones, the other gods, are more neutral in the matter. They'd rather stay out of the conflicts of mortals, and they'd rather stay out of the business of other gods. So I can assure you at least most of them would stay and hold their place wherever they are at.
I'm only mortal, but I'm willing to die to take down the tyrant.
What would be the point
True.
if we all die and then the world just resets and none of us remember? I mean, I appear to be remembering some things, but I haven't heard about anyone else except for Bunny. Even the gods, even they can just forget.
I am the only one who cannot forget. Out of the gods, anyway.
But you can't give us our memories back. What use is that? I mean, no offense. I know you.
There is none
But
taken. It is understandable, and it is a fact nonetheless.
even that, you know your memories. You don't know anyone else around here's memories. Like
No, that is not the case.
even with Mocha, like you remember you being here, but you don't remember you being elsewhere.
True.
I mean, as true as that is, I can assure you that Mocha's memories will stay intact, even if the world changes. So regardless of the consequences, there would be a never-ending war until Wolf Queen officially is stopped. Well, to be honest, there would be no other ending to it. Because even if, for example, as you said, everybody here was completely erased, it would never erase fully, if you will. I think that's enough in terms of Bunny's reality. After all, I'm pretty sure you all have read that book, correct?
Yes.
There will be multiple people who will remember. And over time, others will remember too. Maybe not right away, but I'm sure that they will. After all, I had also managed to delay Mother in a way. After I did promise both Mother and all of you that I would continue searching for a way to restore your memories without violence. However, if that does fail, we should have a plan. Even if it's not much of a plan.
Better than
And as I
nothing.
see it, agreed. And as I see it, the only other option would be to try to imprison Mother.
But even if she is imprisoned, what's the catalyst for people remembering things? Why is Bunny remember everything? Why am I remembering random things? Like, we can't force Wolf Queen to give her memories back. Like, is Wolf Queen holding her memories? Our memories have to be somewhere. If I'm remembering things, if Bunny remembers, our memories have to be somewhere. How do we unlock them? If she's in prison and she has our memories,
I
what's
had
the
stated
point?
I had stated before there is one foolproof way to get back everybody's memories.
Then why don't we do that?
However, everybody, to my knowledge, is against it. Or
But
at
if it's
least
foolproof, I don't think anyone here would say they're against a foolproof plan of getting their memories back.
those who were here last sermon. You all remember what I have said. Would you rather take the chance to murder one of your own to gain back everybody's memories? Or would you rather stick together and everybody come out of this alive?
Kill one
Just
for the
one?
few?
You mean just one?
Yes.
We
Just
can find
one?
another way.
If
One's
you
too
explain
many.
to that
Don't-
person that killing that person will give everyone their memories back, why not do it? Give that person the choice. It should be up to them, not up to everyone else.
I'm sure there's another way, though.
Yeah. There's always been another way.
I kind of agree with She-Wolf.
Really?
Willing to sacrifice yourself, Wolf?
I mean,
If it was
it seems
me,
like we.
I mean, yes, if for some reason, however impossible that is, I have Peel's memories, you kill me, you'll get your memories back, go ahead. I mean, why should I stay alive and everyone else keep not having their memories? If people have their memories, maybe there's something hidden which will allow them to get rid of Wolf Queen.
Sadly, that's not the case. Even with memories back, Wolf Queen could just take them again. With her imprisoned,
True.
that would actually stop them from being able to wander the world.
But you said it
wouldn't-
was foolproof. We just explained we'd be willing to do it, and now you're saying that you're not willing to help do it. That it won't count. Why say it's foolproof and then say it's not worth it?
Because the one that has to die is somebody I'm sworn to protect. Somebody that is Sirwin is sworn to protect. The only one who knows who it is would be Bunny. And even Bunny is against this.
Well, then just turn your backs and let the church deal with it.
I'm not
If
willing
this
to do
is-
that.
If you know who it is, Mocha, you're a god. Do you know who it is?
Yeah.
Like, Mocha,
Uh,
do you know who it is?
I think I have a guess.
Then you're part of the church. You want us all to get our memories back. Why don't you tell us who it is?
I have
Well-
a pretty good idea.
Inari and Sierra
I
just said
myself
they
cannot
would
say.
refuse.
However,
Inari-
somebody else can if they have an idea of who it is.
You can't say or you won't say.
I can't say. I am physically unable to,
But I
and I'm
thought you
sorry for
said
that.
Wolf Queen was not able to control you.
Not anymore, but that doesn't change how I was created. There are some things so deeply ingrained inside of oneself. Even you all, no matter how far memories are taken, no matter how many memories are taken, no matter how far Wolf Queen goes, each of you have something inside of you that is ingrained there, that will always be there. That is the same for me. And I am deeply sorry for that.
Jingles, Mocha, who is it?
Go ahead.
I think it's you.
I also believe it is you.
Can
Or
you
at
two
least
confirm?
pretty sure.
Sierra can't. But I'm sorry.
Why me? What's different about me?
I can't say that. I'm sorry.
This is about me and my life. I'm going to sacrifice myself quite happily to give everyone else their memories back. The least you can do is tell me why it's me.
If I could, I would. I said I'd be able to help. I said I would help to the best of my ability. There are certain things that are intertwined with my own spirit that I cannot say. Very few things, but this is just one of them. That's why I'm giving other options. That's why I'm trying my best for you all to find another way. And if it hasn't already clicked, then that means the person that I'm sworn to protect is standing in front of me. Meaning I am under no circumstance allowed to let you get hurt. Meaning if anybody here takes a step forward, I have to swing to your side and protect you no matter the cost.
Then what if I take it myself?
Order spoke.
But why me? No.
Two of you maybe continue this some other time out of the church. And later on, we can have a vote, maybe. Everyone's decided what the best course of action would be. Either way, I think we should give everyone time to think, shouldn't we?
I mean, I already have my vote.
Another time.